the NHL gets back underway. December 27th, we got a decent slate of games. And as always, we're going to start with an underdog. And it seems, as always, we're going to start with a bet on the Washington Capitals. Nick, they're your
Yes.
favorite underdog on Tuesday night. They're taking on the Rangers. The Metro Division is an absolute gauntlet right now. But I'm with you here. This number seems a little insane.
Yeah. So I'm doing my best to try to make the case that this isn't just a homer bet. We've been on the Caps a lot, but for good reason. They're 12-3-1 over their last 16 with a plus 20 goal differential. And over that span, they have the best expected goals for in the entire league. So this is, I think, a pretty valid case outside of me just being a fan wanting to back our team. Early in the season, I wasn't just randomly throwing the Caps out there. I truly think this is the right side in this game at plus 140. Obviously, the John Carlson injury, which was very scary, is a big loss. He had been in better form, but I do think people are overrating that a lot based on kind of the guys that are going to slide in. Nick Jensen is in unbelievable form. He's quietly been one of the better defenders in the league for a month. Dmitry Orlov's back. He's dominating. Van Riemsdyk's in great form. So I think there's just a lot more reasons they can still hang in without John Carlson than people think. They've been getting a ton of contributions from all over. And yeah, this is just, it's far from a slight on the Rangers. I know they've won a ton of games lately too with considerably worse underlying numbers, but that's also kind of the way they like to do it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a closer game than this price suggests, and that's really all it comes down to.
Yeah, I think you look at these two teams, and even with the Carlson injury, and there's very little between them. Even and that's with the Rangers going as well as they've been going right now. Both teams have won at least 8 of 10. There's in the Metro Division right now, Carolina's won 9 of 10. Pittsburgh's gone 8-1 of their last 10. The Rangers, I think, are 8-2, and the Caps are 9-1. So it's just been an absolute, you know, gauntlet, as I said, in the Metro of lately. And this is probably a decent buy. Sell high spot on the Rangers, because when you look at the underlying metrics, if you just kind of you look at these two records, the current in terms of current form, they're very similar. But like you said, the underlying metrics kind of point to Washington being the better 5-on-5 team right now, and the Rangers, of course, can make up the difference in getting outplayed 5-on-5 with their power play and the goaltending. We know that song and dance pretty well. Uh, Whereas Washington, like, they're earning their results through just good process and good play. And yeah, I think it's a good number. So I'll be with you on the Caps. That one stuck out right away. But I knew you were going to be on it, so I let you take it. Plus, I also had another underdog, a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, that I like, and that's the Ottawa Senators. They're plus 155 at home against the Bruins, who are, like I said, in the Metro Division has 4 of the top 5 teams since December 1st. The 5th team in that group is Boston, they're just not slowing down. It looked for a second like they were showing some cracks in their armor. Maybe they are a little bit, but this team, they just know how to manage games so well. But I think that Ottawa is playing better than people realize. And since the start of the month, the Senators are 6-3-2. It's not a great number, but it's better than what we were seeing out of them, and they're controlling play pretty well. They're not getting caved in 5-on-5, and the issue is just they're not scoring. They're not making good of their scoring chances, I should say. I think they've got 1.3 goals per 60 in that span against 2.41 expected goals, and I know they're under 50% in terms of expected goals, but their high danger chance rate is right around the break even point. It's just their shooting percentage since December 1st at 5-on-5 is 4.6. That's got to trend up at some point with the team's offensive talent. So I'm expecting the Senators. We talked about the Sabres in this way a few weeks ago, and it turned out to be the right call. That the betting market in the league in general is kind of just not paying attention to them. I think that they're playing better than their record is, and they should be able to punch up well. So I like Ottawa here, plus 155 on the road against the Bruins team that has just been a behemoth all season.
Yeah, I think Ottawa are a good example of like how many different narratives you'll see coming out of a team in the NHL when really the main thing it's boiling down to is they're not finishing. They're finding a
Yep.
way to not finish, which is obviously a gigantic part of the game. It's the most important part of the game. But it's just one of those things. You see so many different things coming out about what they're doing wrong and blah blah blah. And I do think on most nights that's what it's boiled down to. And then the one interesting thing to watch with them moving forward, obviously they have Stutzel back from that little injury, which helps drive one of the best lines in hockey. And Josh Norris has been skating in a regular jersey since about middle of December. So I don't know, it's probably still gonna be a little bit, but when he does get back in the lineup, that just makes him so much more dangerous when he plugs in for Derek Brassard. So I think that's another thing to watch for their next couple games because he's probably getting really close.